But wall good morning starts with a setup with my butt actually on the wall. I'm leaning against the wall. I've got three major critical points to get this thing started. One is I want my knees to be just soft. Once they're soft, they don't move anymore. From there, I'm hinging at the hip and maintaining a flat back position. So the cue I like for this is if my shirt is smooth, I don't have a good back position for load, and I want to wrinkle up my shirt, okay? Next piece is I want my arms generally sucked back into the sockets. And that's a detail that can help keep the whole thing together. So as I grab my weights, my feet are outside of hip width, basically just enough space to make room for the hips, and I hinge forward. So first thing that happens is I've got soft knees. As I go down, I want to make sure that my shirt stays wrinkled and my shoulders stay in the sockets. And you'll notice I don't get all the way down, and that's totally fine. If I go for depth, well, I can easily achieve it by allowing my shoulders and back to go and bending my knees. And now I've broken all three of the rules. Now, why is this movement important and what does it set up? Well, if I have my hips against the wall in this manner, it technically takes my glutes out of play. It's very hard for me to contract my glutes, which has the benefit of over-prioritizing my hamstrings and my low back, typically the two weakest links in any sort of hinging and deadlifting movement, okay? You'll notice that either your hamstrings stop pulling and you go to straight legs, or your back stops producing tension and you go to rounded back while still moving the weight, which implies that your glutes and your quads in many ways are doing all the work. So as I hinge over, I'm prioritizing the two weakest parts. Now, if I'm very inflexible here, I will have a tendency to get stuck. I can't go any further. That's actually totally fine. In time, I'm trying to just take my good position and inch it down, inch it down, inch it down, inch it down. I could even take a weight and create a new target, like so. This would be totally fine. Now, maybe I have a fighting chance to get to the ground and come back up and get a great stimulus, okay? Rather than if I've got the weights up here, I've got this very unrealistic stimulus, and everything just kind of caves and bends in order to find the ground. So the one drawback is that ground is very tempting to find, but if you keep your knees fixed in place as I go down, they don't move, they don't move, they don't move. Fantastic. And my back, as I go down, it stays flat, it stays flat, it stays flat. If I can keep those two primary things in place, along with that shoulder retraction, which just helps both of them stay together, I'm gonna be in a pretty good spot to succeed with this movement. How do I progress it? I can start with just my hands. If I was very inflexible here, and this was a tough position for me, 20 reps with just my hands might be sufficient to start taxing my low back. As I succeed with my hands, I can grab one weight and turn it oblong. I can grab the two dumbbells and so on and so forth from there.